Well, guys, we are officially back home. Tonight we are going to be competing here at the Southern Oregon Speedway, a dirt track that's only about 25 minutes from my house. Here in Southern Oregon, the dirt track racing scene is much different, and in our whole state, we got to travel many hours. This is the only place that is really close to home for us to race local, and during 2020, this track, as I made a video earlier this year called Abandoned the Southern Oregon Speedway, during 2020, this place was completely vacant. We did not know what the future of the Speedway looked like, and after a lot of uncertainty, a couple of people stepped up to the plate to get it back up and running here for 2021 and dumped hundreds of thousands of dollars into this place to get it back into actually now a top tier facility in the Pacific Northwest. So welcome back to today's video. We're here at the Southern Oregon Speedway, going to be competing in the limited sprint division tonight, and this is only their second race of the season. Their season was delayed a little bit because of the management getting it laid and not being able to put out a schedule and so on and so forth, but you can see the line to get in is very long. I'm sure we're gonna have a sold out crowd tonight, as well as down by the pit gate. The line is still long to get in for all the drivers. We have our car on display behind us. We have a t-shirt booth. There's just something about racing this close to home that I love, and we have not got to experience it for a very long time. So we're kind of soaking in the moment here before the races. More people are gonna continue to come in, and we're gonna go check out the racetrack to show you guys the new Southern Oregon Speedway. Well, here's a good look at the new Southern Oregon Speedway up close from the exit of turn number 4. This is the first time I've really got to check out the material and the banking that they've added to this place. The old Southern Oregon Speedway used to be really flat, didn't get wide, and it was kind of around the bottom, but I think now that sprint cars are back after 500 days of not running around this place, I think it's gonna have a good chance to maybe get up here by the wall with the added banking. If you kind of walk onto the racetrack, you can see they're starting to water it, trying to get some moisture in it tonight. I think with how many cars we have here in the pit area, 4 classes, but a lot of cars, over 20 wing sprint cars, it's gonna slicken off, and also there's this wind that's been going on, and that wind's gonna take the grip out of the racetrack really fast. So we're gonna get the night started with qualifying. We're gonna be qualifying in groups of 6, so we gotta spread out, try to get a good lap in, and we're gonna get out of the way before we get sprayed here by the water truck. Let's get the night started. So I wasn't able to get a shot right after qualifying, but the racetrack was already super slick and even abrasive and starting to eat up our tires. The surface was just super hard packed, and I think they just weren't able to get enough water in it. So right after qualifying, they tried to get some water in it, but it eventually just kind of started to blow off as the night went on and more classes ran. We did end up quick time though, and with their format being straight up, that is going to line us on the pole for our heat race. Well, we did end up at the top of the charts here tonight in the limited sprint at Southern Oregon. We did also receive some good news. The night is going so late, like it's already past 9 o'clock here on the West Coast, so everything in the Midwest is finishing up. We received news that Bill Baylog got his first All-Star win, which he was a guest on Off the Track. He was like our 9th or 10th episode, so awesome to see Bill kind of climb that mountain. And then also our buddy Logan Seavey from Outlaw Karts won Indiana Midget Week in the Midget, and then also the sprint car portion. Both of those at Lawrenceburg, so awesome to see some of our friends get it done. Heat race is going to be up next. We are quick time, kind of similar to an outlaw format I guess they're doing. So quick times on the pole of the heat race. They tried to work it, but it's still rubber. I'm pretty sure it's going to be around the bottom. Just got to try to get a good jump, 8 laps, hit our marks, try to win this heat race, and then we're going to set up for an A main event and see where we start after they do an invert. got done with our heat race. It is asphalt out there. I talked about rubber in qualifying. It was rubber, but even more abrasive through pretty much the whole corner and even down the straightaways a little bit. In the A main event tonight, we're not gonna necessarily have to conserve, but we're just gonna have to be careful and watch our tires spin. With this new configuration, they have a different barrier for the infield. It's not a berm, it's actually like these half tires where half of it is in the ground and then the other half is above, and that's like the barrier for the infield between the grass and the dirt. And those tires don't move. A couple other racetracks kind of implement that and they work a little bit better. It all just depends on how worn out they are. These, like I said, they don't move compared to like a Banks where they're rough old tires that you can actually almost get your left front over. So I hit one down in 1 and 2 and it just completely jammed the drag link. This thing was already pretty tired to begin with and worn out, so I kind of just finished it off. We got a new drag link on and I think the dash will be up next. We're not expecting anything different. We're gonna finish burning off these tires. These Hoosiers are about smoked.
Our left rear. Nice job out there, Tanner.
Thank you guys.
Good job.
Hey dude, you want this?
Say thank you so much. High five.
All right, let's go.
No invert.
Let's go. Well, Carly just had a nice catch. We had a left front that was going down, so we just got that all fixed up. We won the trophy dash there, and they ended up drawing the 0. It was either a 0 or an 8-car invert, which meant we were going to start 8th or on the pole. So rolling off on the pole tonight, that's going to help a lot because it's obviously rubber down. I kind of like to compare it to asphalt. Just slot cars right around the bottom. Really got to conserve our tires a little bit. Just try not to, gas them up too much, but good throttle control, keep our car where it needs to be. And main thing is just getting through lap traffic. A lot of the guys kind of towards the back are going to be, maybe a little off the pace, and we just got to do our best to get through it, and that's going to be the key to winning this race. So rolling off on the pole, first race of the season at the Southern Oregon Speedway. So we just pulled it into victory lane at 12:13 a.m. Feels good to get a win, you know, in front of our hometown fans. Unfortunately, not everyone's here because it is such a late show. The A-main event was just difficult because of the lap cars. I talked about that beforehand. A lot of them are just all at kind of different levels and different, you know, levels of learning and different paces. And obviously, you know, the top three, we're all going, you know, as hard as we can go, but also kind of worrying about our tires a little bit. So I just didn't want anything to happen, you know. Thank you. Appreciate it. But got a nice little check here. That's awesome. Like I said, the pace was just way different from the front to the back, and we just had to do everything we could do to not, you know, run over people, you know, throughout the race. I think someone with my right front, with my left front, I was just worried that, you know, it wouldn't hold on. But at the end of the day, pulled it in victory lane. Feels good. Winning in front of, you know, our hometown fans doesn't really get any better than this. Well, we got it done tonight. I want to take a second, though, to thank all of our sponsors. Let's head out to the car. So starting here on the front wing, we got Fast 4 Media, my good buddy over there, Kyler Shaw. Then we have Next Gen Def, Pit Stop USA, OMA KTM, QRC, Earth It Environmental. These guys are out of Eureka, Northern California. Then we have our local friends, On-Site Screeners. They're just a couple minutes away, their shop and headquarters. And then on the top center of the wing, we got Carson, Lafarge, Pit Stop USA again, and ABC Powder Coating. These guys truly make it happen. So feels great to get a win for some of our local sponsors here with over 20 limited sprints. Track was not really the conditions we were hoping for, and I know I was really harsh on them earlier, so I almost apologize for that. It's just part of the process. It's their second night, you know, kind of figuring out the dirt. Hopefully they continue to get it better and better. I know they will. It's just tough because, like I said, it's hard on tires, you know, it makes it tougher to race. But overall, we started up front all night long, and we were just able to do what we had to do. So feels great to get a win. Well, you can see rubber was the name of the game all night long. I know the track conditions, they're going to continue working on that, but the facility, the fans that they drew in, also the fact that they let us take a car up top. We got to leave the 410 up there for show, have our own t-shirt booth, and you guys absolutely blew us out of the water. I'm going to be making some emergency merchandise orders to try to get for like Ohio Speed Week and Dirt Cup coming up. And I'm getting ready to tow this thing home with my favorite blue truck. Got the 410 on the back on an open trailer. Obviously with their format tonight, we were kind of benefited by always starting up front. It might not have been that case had they drew an 8 invert versus, you know, a straight up 0 pill. So it just kind of is what it is. I think if we start 8th, we still have a chance at winning. It's just a lot more difficult on a 1-lane racetrack where, you know, you're kind of relying on cars in front of you to make mistakes, because when rubber comes in, not only, you know, does the racetrack get faster, but it just gets so grippy and makes the cars do different things. So that's what we had in the A-main event, and it was just rubber, 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 1 lane around the bottom, you missed it, you're in trouble, and lap traffic was gnarly. So thank you to my crew, my family, my mom for selling t-shirts, Bennett for helping, Carly for helping, my dad, our crew guy Roger, everyone. You know, we did a phenomenal job tonight. We were able to sweep in front of the hometown fans who are no longer here. It's 1 in the morning though, we're headed home. We have a busy 48 hours before we leave for Speed Week. See you guys all there. Deuces.